match, bitch. We
We
match.
match. Can you hear me?
I'm loving it. I can.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
I've been looking at your face all day.
Why?
Because when you tell people how it is, you put your little hands on your hips and you raise your eyebrows, and it looks great and it sounds great and it's all factual. Editing. Editing. If you don't know, editing. There's a
Okay.
series coming out very soon that features Veronica and the gang.
Sweet. Who's
Hello,
joining?
Stacy. Stacy's here.
Awesome.
Phoenix is here. Lola is here. I saw something about Tim being here. Raise one eyebrow for the audience. Do it.
I did.
Exactly. Exactly. Phoenix knows what we're saying. Mm-hmm.
I know. I know. For sure I
Stacy
know.
understands.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. So if you can tap, you tap and join. Veronica is going to read a passage out of Raised by Spirit. And if you don't know
For sure.
what Raised by Spirit is, it's my book about my life, true story about my life. And what are we going to do? Passage 6, I think is what we decided on.
Yeah, passage 6, a universal language.
The last couple of times that we have gone live, yeah, there's like readings and channelings and all these other fun things, but there's been a lot of questions, like intuitive questions, and how to develop, and what about this, and what about that, and like that is why Raised by Spirit, Bloodline by Design is my whole life. Like it literally is all the things that I would tell you to look for, or I don't want to say show you, but like direct you on how to perceive certain things so the universe can show you exactly how to strengthen that form of communication. So it's a good passage. It's a good passage.
Mm-hmm.
Your little corner thing is like right in your 4'11"
I
face. There
know.
it is.
It's because I have the phone down. I can put it up, but then you say I look super short if I put it up higher.
But you are super, like this is accurate. This is me and Veronica standing next to each other in real life. And I'm only 5'3", maybe 5'5" on a good day with wedges. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Ugh. Danielle started it the other day. Did you really?
Oh, Bebop joined. Hi, Bebop.
Hello, Bebop.
And
Bebop.
Rain.
Bebop. It is all available too. If you find this like interesting, or it resonates with you, or it's helpful to you, or if you know anybody, or whatever, the whole book is free on YouTube and Spotify. It's available. Raised by Spirit, Bloodline by Design. So it's there to help people.
Passage 6, a universal language. 2 years had slipped by since that last undeniable moment of truth in the parking lot with her father. During those years, Jen began to sense him in an unusual way, nothing like the steady voices of Maggie, Orion, and Cora. The
All right, let
clear
me just
in
interrupt you, Bix.
okay. I knew you were going to.
Yep. So my father has just transitioned. For those of you that haven't listened to from the beginning, father has just transitioned. Maggie, Orion, and Cora are my guides, my ancestors. I've had communication with them the whole time. Dad just he came in like one time in the parking lot, clear, direct, and then for like 2 years he just was silent. So just so people understand who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll mute myself. We'll see how long it lasts. Start the timer.
Okay, I'm going to pick up where I left off. So, the clear instruction she had once received from him, the kind that had broken through in the parking lot, no longer came. Instead, his presence moved toward her in symbols, in numbers that returned with uncanny precision, in synchronicities threading themselves through her days. She had always known her connection through voice, through visions, through dreams, but this new form of language weighted just beyond her understanding. In the same stretch of time, her mother drifted farther along her unchanging path, drawn deeper into solitude, secrecy, addiction, and the shadowed beliefs that shaped her choices. Each one glowing faintly like the final embers of a dying fire. And still, Jenn and Rich kept moving forward. Another move, another transition, yet something in the air felt different this time. They found a quiet stretch of country tucked within winding back roads and sprawling fields. A place that echoed Jen's southern roots, even though she felt like she was drifting further from her connection. Its arrival paired seamlessly with the moment her sister stepped away from her past, leaving behind her now ex-husband, allowing her sister to find refuge with Jenn and her family there. A brief pause between endings and beginnings. Life around them kept shifting. Throughout the years, Rich had built his reputation in a respected construction company, while Jenn secured a full-time role at a well-guarded corporate firm. Both jobs paid well. Their finances, once uncertain, were finally moving in the right direction. But as her sister stepped into her new beginning, another shift unfolded. Rich's mother became the one in need of shelter, and as they opened their home in quiet offering, Jenn crossed a doorway. The pressure from her corporate world rose slow but strong, gathering in the unseen places. For years she had been living the life everyone told her she should, the pursuit of success that was supposed to bring happiness. Yet happiness never came. It only magnified the illusion of it, until the illusion thinned and blurred into quiet misery. Were you going to say something? Yes, go
Yeah, I'm
ahead.
trying to be polite here. Um, I fucking hated that motherfucking job. That job was like a casino. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how when you go in the casino, they pump that bitch full of oxygen and they over fucking stimulate you and like all this shit, right? Like, that
Mm-hmm.
was this corporate job. They were like, let me mesmerize you. Let me mesmerize you by all the money and the illusions, and let me sprinkle a little fucking Xanax in the tap water here, so everyone's like, woo. Because I remember saying, like, when I first started working there, I'm like, these people, what are they taking? There's something in the water here, because they were all like, they were just weird. But I hated that fucking job. It was
Mm.
corporate. It was 9 to 5, 9 to 5.
Yeah, been
Um,
there. I think they all drink from the same water eventually. There's something
I
in the
don't
water
know,
there.
man. There was
Maybe
something.
they
There was
spiked the
something.
coffee with something in the break
I don't know
rooms.
how I got hired there either, bitch, because they did a fucking hair test and you know this bitch did not. They did not. I was like, she's like, we're gonna do this. And I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm here. Let's see how this goes. And luck of the draw, man. Luck of the motherfucking draw. And I worked there for like 5 years, and by the end of the 5 years, I was so miserable at my job. The point is, I was so miserable at this job that was supposed to make you happy because it gave you all the benefits, all the money, all of this, all of that. You can have all the fucking things, and
Hmm.
I was miserable. And then that misery was seeping all over my mother-in-law, like it just seeps everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure. Well, thank you. I will continue. As the months continued, that misery didn't stay at the edges. It settled, sinking into every relationship and every space she called her own. You just said that, see? That same misery began to fracture her relationship with her mother-in-law, deepening the strain in ways she could no longer ignore. Through it all, The signs from her father kept circling. For 3 years she unraveled riddles from him, searching for meanings in signs that offered no clarity, only an endless loop.
Nada. Fucking nada. This is the bullshit where it's like, you know, you go on, you get into fucking number psychosis, right? Because like I'm gonna send you a ladybug, bitch, and then I'm gonna send you this bitch, and then I'm gonna send you this bitch, but I'm not gonna answer your motherfucking questions. I'm just gonna let you know I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you are the wrong motherfucker to do this to me. Like, I was pissed. Who the fuck, motherfucker, you're gonna leave? I can talk to all the people. You're gonna leave and you're gonna hand me a ladybug? I was pissed.
And I'm sure he
So,
knew. I'm sure he was well
oh
aware.
yeah. Yeah. Well, orchestrated over there. Yeah. But I was mad. But like, I see so many people doing that now,
Mm,
you know?
yeah. I mean, you want to look for signs from a loved one, especially when you're missing them. It makes you feel like they're still there physically with you, even though they're not, because it's
Mhm.
something tangible versus like a
Exactly.
visitation in a dream,
Oh,
you
I'll
know?
take a dream any day.
Yeah.
I
Oh, for
mean,
sure.
I'll take whatever he wants to dish out. Let me just clarify that. But dreams are great too.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree. Um, okay. So, each sign became another riddle she couldn't solve, another thread that led to nowhere. And just when she was ready to let it all go, convinced the signs would never open into anything real, the dream finally arrived. I'm
Here
waiting on
comes
you.
Kevin. I know, but it's Kevin's glory over here. This motherfucker snapped me back into reality.
Okay. She found herself seated at a bar, warm light flickering overhead, the whisper of voices rising and falling like waves. Across from her sat Rich, his fingers wrapped around his drink, condensation pooling beneath his grip. Then, suddenly, she found herself watching, detached, observing the moment from outside herself. As she scanned the surroundings, she saw Kevin seated between herself and Rich at the bar, silent, unmoving. I'm waiting. In an instant, she was no longer watching. She was back, fully present in her own perspective, seated at the bar once more. But the bar dissolved, its edges melting like ink into water, smearing into darkness. The clinking of glasses faded. The voices disappeared. Even the chair beneath her slipped away. All of it gone. Only Kevin remained. He stood before her, vivid against the swirling void that had swallowed everything else. His presence defied the collapse, fixed and firm. His voice cut through the silence. I cannot do Kevin's voice. I'm just going to read it. His voice cut through the silence. Why are you relying on everyone else to make you happy? He didn't give her a chance to respond. It wasn't a question. You're the only one responsible for your own happiness. His message landed with weight, with certainty. Kevin had shaken something loose, a truth so sharp and undeniable that she could no longer ignore it. Waiting was no longer an option. Action was the only path left.
Now, Veronica reads that so well, but let me fucking tell you, this shit, like, he was direct, bitch. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, bitch? Like, hello. Like, he was like, wake up. And hand to the Most High. Hand to the Most High. When I woke up from that dream, I was like, motherfucker. He is number one. He is right. I have no idea what the fuck is going to make me happy, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to figure it out. Like, that was it. Like, him, yeah. Yeah, I'd show you a picture of him, but it's incriminating, and his name isn't really Kevin. But
And his name isn't
so we
really
always
Kevin.
laugh when we bring Kevin along because it's not his real name. It's his
I love
alias.
Kevin. I love
Yeah.
Kevin.
And so, like, when he said that, like, I was like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
So it was big. It was huge. It was huge. It was a big moment.
I
And
mean,
then the universe aligned.
Kevin's a big guy, so I mean, of course, he's gonna put it in your face so that you can't look away, you can't deny it. You have to face it because it is what it is. But
Hold on. Danielle asked, when you see a spirit, is an actual person that you see? When I see somebody, yeah, like I see their physical form, be it this life, a previous life. I see all the things. 360 view up in this bitch.
360.
That's what happens when you consider the throne of the Most High. But anyways, I digress. Continue.
Continue, we shall. Okay. The moment she surrendered to that truth, the universe shifted in response. Just shifted. I can't look at you because you're gonna make me laugh.
Like, it shifted, bitch. Let me tell you, because it's going to go in and tell you that, like, I got books on my motherfucking porch. Like, me and my sister are, like, very different. And, like, she just fucking comes by, like, a couple days later and drops these motherfucking books off. And these are all fucking important ass books. It was just insane. It was insane. It was blatantly in my face. Go on.
Okay. Okay. Within days of the dream, a box of books arrived on her porch. Unexpected, yet unmistakably intentional. Her sister had left them without explanation, as if she somehow knew Jenn needed them before Jenn realized it herself. One of the first books in the box was The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, originally
Who knows
published in
what?
1926.
Go on. There you go. Get it out, bitch. You're going to have to work fast with me.
Holmes explores that book. Okay. Holmes explores the relationship between human consciousness and divine intelligence, emphasizing one profound truth: thoughts shape reality. The Science of Mind spoke of consciousness creation, the idea that what we focus on expands. That belief directs experience. She had spent years waiting for happiness, searching for it outside herself, forgetting that she had always been the one responsible for creating it. As she read, she began to see the undeniable parallels between his philosophy and the journey she had been enduring. As she sifted through the box, another title called to her: The Other Side and Back by Sylvia Browne. It was
Pause.
curiosity.
I'm looking
Okay,
for it. I'm looking for it.
Sylvia.
Pause.
The Other Side and Back
Pause.
by Sylvia Browne. Pause.
Pause. So, anybody up in here that is 40 motherfucking years old or thereabouts is aware of Sylvia Browne and Montel motherfucking Williams when they were younger every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I'm looking for the book. I don't think I have it because the book was like the traveling fucking pants. Like it just traveled to whoever fucking needed it. But if you ever have read, if you ever liked her, if you have ever read, if you ever want to read one of her books, just read that one. You're going to get everything you need to know about her life in that book. I had bought the other books or seen the other books or whatever. That's the book. That's the motherfucking book.
Crazy. I actually had a coworker A coworker of an old job just was out and about one day at lunch, came back and said Sylvia Brown's niece came up to her and read her aura and told her the color of her aura and stuff. And it was
I have
just
a
the
theory.
most randomest thing, but it was her niece.
I have a theory. Okay.
Yeah.
I have dreamt of her twice. All right. And I didn't know. And truthfully, I don't remember if the dreams happened before she was said to have transitioned or after. So I really don't remember. But I know that they were right around that area. And I'm
Mm,
telling you, she was like, maybe I'll say, maybe people won't agree with me, but I don't think she died when they said that she died. I think
mm,
she wanted to chillax for the rest of her motherfucking life in some peace.
mm,
And when you know people, you can make things happen. And that's what I think. That's what I think
mm-hmm.
happened. And but in the dreams that she had coming, oh my gosh, she fucking buzzed my motherfucking third eye. Like I was following her around her house while she was cleaning,
Mm.
and like I was asking her all these questions, and she turned around and she fucking put her finger on my third eye. And I swear to you, not only did it buzz in the dream, but when I was awoken, like I was awake, bitch. And that bitch was still fucking vibrating. And then the other dream, I think, is what led me to believe that she dipped out and didn't actually. I don't
Mm.
remember the details, but I think that's what happened. So that's my theory. That's what I'm.
Mm.
That's what I'm sticking to on that. So.
Cool.
Mhm.
So Sylvia Brown, the other side and back.
Don't forget, Veronica, that I can read your thoughts. Okay? I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. It was curiosity, but a pull, a knowing that this book, like Holmes, held something she was meant to rediscover. She opened the pages, and as she read, two stories emerged, seamlessly woven together. The first was Mother God. Brown spoke of her as the divine feminine counterpart to God, a force of unconditional love, gentle wisdom, and spiritual balance. Unlike the image of a distant, authoritative deity, Mother God was ever present, an undeniable force, one who answered only when asked with certainty. Brown wrote that all you had to do was ask her. Jenn didn't hesitate. She spoke into the quiet with the certainty of someone who knew she was heard.
So like a brat. All you gotta do is ask like a brat, bitch. I'm like, listen, I really did. I really did this. I really did this. I still to this day will tell people to do this. I'm like, watch.
I don't doubt it. I
Watch.
don't doubt it. hmm If a mother counterpart truly exists, I want a red rose from her, and I want to receive it within 10 days. It was a declaration, and she expected an answer. As
Trying to be
she
a little bit more
read,
poetic when I put pen to paper, bitch. I'm just saying. The Pisces that comes out, I'm like, let me soften this.
as she read on, the second story emerged, one that would tie these events together in ways only destiny could orchestrate. Um, there was a woman who struggled endlessly in her mother-in-law. No matter how hard she tried, the tension never erased. But during a past life regression with Brown, something unexpected surfaced. She was shown that she and her mother-in-law had once been best friends on the other side. Two souls deeply bonded, choosing their next lifetime with intention, purpose, and growth. Not as punishment, but as a lesson meant to teach patience, cultivate tolerance, and expand awareness. And
It's
in that
true.
moment, and in that moment of recognition, everything shifted for her. Her mother-in-law didn't change, but she did. One shift in perspective was enough to tilt the scales, enough to break a cycle. I'm waiting. You
So
got
yeah,
something?
bitch. Basically, fucking what happened is Sylvia goes in and does this fucking past life regression on this daughter-in-law who's like struggling with her mother-in-law, and I would bet that they probably lived together. They went in there, it's in detail in the book or whatever, and they fucking were like at each other's throats. Well, after she does this regression, she finds out like the soul aspect of the mother-in-law. The woman, like her entire fucking perspective shifted like instantly, and we've seen this. We've seen this. Like your perspective is just expanded.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed her fucking life because she understood. She understood the reason why. And the mother-in-law continued to be the mother-in-law, but it didn't matter. It was like, go on, keep reading, go on, go on.
No, but I mean that's why people say when you're forgiving someone, it's not that you're forgiving someone for that person, it's for
Mm-hmm.
you. You
Mm-hmm.
don't really need that person to tell you I'm sorry. You can make peace with whatever happened in that relationship yourself. It only takes one person to shift perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you really need sometimes. And then, protect your peace. Move on, live your life, be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Watch out, y'all.
anyway.
Veronica's channeling right now. Tanya,
No.
the Virgo said, absolutely for the self. I agree. Absolutely. And
Yeah,
maybe it shouldn't be called forgiveness. Maybe it should be called understanding. Because
I
I
think
see
so.
people shift with their perspectives when they understand the 360 of it than anything,
hmm
you
Because you
know?
understand the lesson that was there that was meant for you to learn. So,
Hmm.
agree.
So I read these two passages up in Brown's book. I declare for Mother God Sophia to send me a rose in 10 days, and I read this regression between this mother-in-law and daughter. And then
And then on the 10th day, just after reading those passages in Brown's book, exactly
mhm,
as she had requested, her mother-in-law came home and handed her a single red rose.
no fucking lie. Of all people, that's what it says. Of all
Of
people,
all,
because that's exactly what I thought. I was like, of all motherfucking people, you're gonna send me a rose through her bitch. I surrender. I surrender. And then it became a whole thing. It was a whole thing after that. It was like, well, we're gonna get a rose for this, and we're gonna get a rose for this, and we're gonna get a rose for it became a
we're getting
motherfucking
all
thing.
the roses, all the roses. I love
Yeah.
the roses. Yeah.
I was like, okay, okay, I hear you, Miss Mama Ma'am. I hear you.
hmm So Jen froze. Of all
I
the
did.
people, of all the days, not a stranger, not a friend, her mother-in-law. It was impossible to dismiss. This wasn't about receiving proof. It was about remembering that reality doesn't shift when someone else changes. It shifts when you do.
Bitch.
These bitch. No. These, uh, these
Well,
were
we got to remind people
lessons.
who they're actually watching. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
okay.
right. You should. Yeah, I think you should add that in. Like, do it. Edit that part in. Bitch after every other line.
Mic drop.
Yeah. Anyway, so these were lessons for Jen, orchestrated into experience rather than delivered as direct instruction. Lessons in healing, perception, and the power of connection. Mother God, or Sophia, as Jen knows her, had not simply answered. She had answered through the very person Jen needed to heal with herself. an orchestration born not of randomness, but of divine intention, threaded into the fabric of her journey and reinforced by spiritual law. Yet something lingered, a quiet void, an ache for something that felt as though it was still missing. No matter how much she embraced the unfolding lessons, the ache remained, an emptiness only one person could fill.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker. This was one of the last pictures I took of him. Go on.
And so she tested the practice again, except this time she wasn't calling for Sophia. She was calling for her father. On a day like any other, walking into the store alongside her
Now,
husband.
wait a minute. Let me clarify for people so
Okay.
they can get a real visual.
Pause. Okay.
It was Walmart, okay? I was walking into Walmart. The true story is I was walking into Walmart. For what? I don't know. Go on.
Okay. On a day like any other, walking into the store, Walmart, alongside her husband, frustrated, overwhelmed, and troubled by the weight of his absence, something
Crying.
clicked. You were crying?
I was just crying. That's a very long poetic way of saying crying. I was crying walking in Walmart.
I mean,
Go on.
that's not unusual.
Right.
Not for you, but for Walmart.
In general, right.
In general. So, do you want to say this part? Because it's in your voice.
Daddy, if you can hear me, I want 5 pennies. I want them all heads up. I want them 1977, and I want them in 24 hours. Go. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Bet.
She declared it. There you go. Bet. Again, her voice carried the certainty of someone who knew she'd be answered.
Let me just clarify this real quick.
Okay.
Let me just clarify. Because, like, I was done with your ladybug shit. I understand the ladybug is a part of the whole. Thank you. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was done with that level of breadcrumbing. And I knew that they could do impossible things. So I was basically like, if she can make my mother-in-law give me a rose that I requested in 10 days and then orchestrate my life to read certain things and passages, then this motherfucker, I'm gonna be specific. I want it from you, bitch. Then maybe I'll take some more of your breadcrumbs, okay? But like, come on, daddy-o. Like, fuck.
With the riddles. Fuck. Riddle me this, Batman, basically.
He is the Riddler.
Yeah.
The Heavenly Riddler.
The Heavenly Riddler. Less than 20 minutes later, as
you know you ain't gonna be in Walmart longer than 20 motherfucking minutes. You don't want to be in Walmart more than 20 minutes, bitch.
No. So less than 20 minutes, even better. As she approached the doors to exit the store, her father responded. As she walked out, her head down, lost in thought, she saw them. 5 pennies. 5 motherfucking pennies. In a row. Yeah. All dated 1977. All heads up.
Swear to God. My husband is sitting here. I am picking up these things off the ground. Tears, okay? And I'm like, oh shit, 1970. Oh shit, it was like the best thing in the motherfucking world. You would have thought them 5 pennies were worth $1 million each, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. All right.
Incredible.
You're here. Appreciate you. Thank you. Don't go too far now. You know? Like,
the ache in her heart eased immediately.
It did.
He had answered, so yeah. And as the
Mm-hmm.
weeks unfolded, so did the final two lessons. But
Now
this
this is
time,
fucked up. This is fucked up. Y'all
okay,
need to listen to this shit. Y'all people out there asking for help and shit. Y'all need to listen to these parts. Okay? Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna try real hard not to interrupt you, but like
I see you in my periph. I can tell when you're like
good.
gonna say it. So that's why I stop.
Good
I'm
movement.
like, okay. So as the weeks unfolded, so did the final two lessons. But this time, they unfolded through Rich and Jeremy. She had recognized the pattern with Rich over the last 3 years. Like clockwork, every winter, something took hold of him.
Oh my god, it
This
was
time,
terrible. It was terrible. This okay. Listen, Libra. I'm freezing my internet. Okay.
no, but also
Libra.
Rich is your husband, so let's clarify for people tuning in, and Jeremy is your son.
Eldest
Mm.
son, yes. So I mean, I'm talking like every year this motherfucker would get something wrong with him. But he's a Libra, so he's real, real smart. I'm just laughing for my own astrological jokes, but he's really smart, but he's like real masculine, a lot of testosterone, especially back in his younger days. And like this and he would never go and do anything about it. Like he would never go to the doctors. And I'm like, I know, I get it. I don't want to go to them bobos either, bitch, but I can't cut you open either. So, whatever. I digress. Go on. This is what happens. This is what happens.
So every
This is what
winter,
happens.
something took a hold of him. This time it started small, a splinter, or so they thought.
Mm-hmm.
Within days, it turned monstrous. His
It
hands
was monstrous,
swelled.
bitch. It was fucking purple. His shit was purple. And he's like, no, I'm not going to go to the I'm like, dude, I'm in tears. I'm like, dude, like, I can't. I don't know. It's purple,
Your
bitch. It's
hand is
7 days.
changing colors. Like, what do you mean it's that
I
serious?
wasn't overreacting. If anything, like,
No, I probably
so
would have felt the same too. Like, what you mean?
you're going to be like an amputee, sir. It's purple.
That's terrible.
So 7 days, it gets worse. He really did. I remember him now. It's like clear as day. Tell me what color the couch is, Veronica. But he's sitting on the couch and he's fucking with his hand. I'm like, what's the matter? And he's like, I think I got a splinter. And the next day, it's like swollen, like just like right here, And then the next day, it's like bothering him. It's red. It's getting angry.
Ugh.
Seventh
Yeah, you
day,
even
it's
say that. You said that. You said his hand swelled beyond recognition. The skin fevered and stretched tight over a deep purple and angry red.
he's
Still,
angry.
still he fought it, convinced it would resolve itself.
Hashtag Libra. Hashtag
Ha
Libra.
hashtag
Masculine Libra.
men. They don't want to go to the doctor for anything. They're
Oh
like,
my
why do you
gosh.
want to go to the doctor? They're going to tell you something's wrong. That's why you go.
He was so calm and collect. Go on. He was so calm and collective.
So until this time, it didn't. By the seventh day, he finally agreed to go to the emergency room. Thank the Most High.
Right? And have a butcher
Yeah.
carpenter if he didn't.
Oh, maybe he'd be a pirate. He could have been a Mr. Hook.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, sir? You let your
Oh,
hand go purple, now you have a hook for a hand. Anyway, Jen saw it in the nurses' faces. This wasn't just bad, it was incomprehensible. His blood pressure and heart rate were both off the charts, numbers that should have rendered him unconscious. Yet
for
he
real, for
said,
real.
I believe
For
it.
real, for real. Like, they were like, how are you standing? Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
By the
He-Man.
grace by the grace of this guy.
There you go. There you go. Either color's fine. We prefer a darker one, but
I know,
yes.
I'm waiting for you to send me mine.
Okay. I'll get
Okay.
on that.
Um, Yet he sat upright and functioning, as though sheer will alone was keeping him tethered to the present.
It's a hard thing to say.
They ran X-rays, CT scans, and every test they could think of, but nothing offered answers. No clarity,
Dude,
no
they were like,
explanation.
we don't know what to tell. Let me just, they were like, we don't know what to tell you. There's an infection. This is the only thing that we can tell you is that there's an infection, and we don't really know where it's coming from, and we don't know what it is, and we can't find anything. But by the way, we have to drain it because if we don't, it can go to his brain, bitch.
Hmm. That's crazy. I believe it. Um, the doctor entered the room.
Don't let your
His,
hand go purple. Go ahead.
yeah, short story long, or long story short, don't let your hand go purple. Okay. The doctor entered the room, his expression grim. There is no easy way to say this, he said. The infection is aggressive. If we don't drain it now, it could spread toward the brain. Jen stiffened, gripping the armrest of her chair. Drain it, bitch, she said. I'm just
I
kidding.
did. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck you talking about, bitch? No easy way to explain you don't know what the fuck you're doing, doctor. This is why we don't want to come.
The doctor's face remained expressionless. We're doing a bad job of
NPC.
portraying that, but so he had no expression. It's the only option we have right now. Rich exhaled slowly. Let's just get it
Let's
over
just
with.
get it over with. That is exactly what his motherfucking self said.
Let's just get it over with.
Wasn't
Like, all
even
right.
phased. Didn't give a shit about it going to the brain. Didn't care. He's like, meh, let's go ahead. He was actually pissed because he's like, you're just gonna fucking. It gets into that. It gets into that. He was pissed. He was like,
He was pissed.
he couldn't have been bothered by these motherfuckers.
The procedure began without numbing or
Oh my god, it was
painkillers.
barbaric. It was barbaric. It was barbaric. It was motherfucking barbaric.
I
No,
can
I'm not
only
gonna let you
imagine.
read it. It was barbaric. They fucking took his hand. They sliced it. Or no, I think they put it underwater first. They put it in this tub thing and just fucking sliced it and like drained it. No, nothing. No, I was gonna pass out from the pain. I was gonna pass out from the pain. Half of me was gonna pass out from the pain. The other half of me wanted to beat the shit out of the bitch that was doing it because I was like, bitch, you know this ain't right. You know this ain't right. You know
Mm-mm.
we're out in the wilderness, bitch.
That's
You
that's
did,
some
sweetheart.
crazy. That's that's crazy to me, but okay. Uh, I can only imagine the freaking insurance payment for coverage for that. Like, it would just make me angry. The procedure
Every
began
time.
without numbing or painkillers, leaving him to endure the raw, unfiltered agony as the doctor cut into his hand and opened the wound to release the infection that had been building beneath the skin. Jen turned away, unable to watch. This is temporary, the doctor said. Instead of keeping you here, you can go home after this, but you'll need to return every day for a draining to prevent the infection from spreading. What kind of cockamamie
As they were doing.
solution is this?
This is in order of chronological events, bitch. His hand is in the
Yeah,
motherfucking thing. He's in excruciating pain. They're like, by the way, this is gonna do nothing but get you 24 hours, bitch. You're gonna have to come back and do this exact same thing tomorrow.
no. And yeah, they didn't numb it, Bebop. Bebop was asking. No, they did not numb his hand. They just went in
Yeah.
there all willy-nilly. Let's drain this. Let's drain this bitch.
Barbaric. It was so barbaric. Tanya the
It
Virgo says
is.
they used nerve blockers, or should have. I apologize for the queasiness, but they did. And then he was like, then he was pissed. Then he was not nice and cordial anymore after they said that to him.
Yeah, he's like, every day? Huh? Rich scoffed, shaking his head. You aren't fixing the problem? You're just dragging it out, buying time? The doctor sighed,
Yeah.
his expression tightened. I know it's frustrating, but we don't have another solution. We don't
We
even
don't have
know
another brain.
what's causing this. And so it began. Every morning when I wake up. No, sorry, that just popped into my head. The Sugar Ray
Come
song.
on.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin's the one that gives me songs for people that don't know. What was their reason
Yeah.
for not numbing it, Jen? Is a question Bebop is
They didn't give
asking.
us a reason. They didn't give us a reason. Man, they just put it, they cut him open, they put his hand in the thing, they said, by the way, like there wasn't a reason given. We were just along for the motherfucking ride. Well,
That's,
and they were buying time because that's all it was. It was about the money.
I know,
But it
freaking
doesn't matter. None of that matters. Let's get to the point.
none
Let's
of
get
that
to the point
matters.
because it
So
is a it's a
every
magical story.
morning, so it began every morning, they drove back to the clinic, bracing for the same brutal procedure. Nothing improved, nothing changed. It felt less like treatment and more like a ritual of endurance, a countdown with no, oh, my life's gonna end. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Must
I
she
don't
come
know why
back?
it's doing that. Okay,
Mhm.
so it felt less like a treatment and more like a ritual of endurance, a countdown with no clear end. By the third night, lying in bed, Jen's mind refused to rest. Her thoughts churned restlessly until a familiar voice broke through the noise. Maggie's voice. Do we want to say who Maggie is for the people that don't know?
Maggie. Maggie is my grandmother. She's my maternal grandmother. She did.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you this part. I'm just going to tell it.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell it.
Okay. So, a familiar voice broke through the noise. Maggie's voice. Go get your blanket, she said. She sat up abruptly, listening for more. Then came another whisper. Remember, say thank you. She rushed out of bed, got her blanket, and whispered, thank you.
Okay.
The
So,
okay. I knew. That's why I looked at you.
so the blanket is special. The blanket is an ugly blanket that my grandmother made me. Right, it was the last time I saw her before she transitioned, and it is motherfucking magical. Okay, um, and I don't think I had ever heard her that clear until that day.
Hmm.
Because I mean, and she probably had to yell, bitch. I was terrified. I was terrified. You want to talk about a trauma trigger? Okay, like my father doesn't want to go to the. Oh, I got to do the puzzle thing too. My father doesn't want to go to the hospital, so and then he transitions. He's stubborn like that. I got my husband doing the same thing. They're like, well, we don't know what the fuck this is, but it could
Hmm.
go to the brain. Well, we don't know what we're fucking doing here, so we don't even know if we're right. And I'm like, I'm in a spiral. I'm in a spiral. And I heard her, and that's what she said. She said, this is how it happened. I'm laying in bed. She said, say thank you. And I was like, what? I already had the blanket. She didn't tell me to go get the blanket. I had the blanket there. The blanket's there every motherfucking night to this day. The blanket's there. I got a blankie. So, but she didn't say that part. If we're being fully transparent, she said, "Say thank you," and I fucking sat up and I was like, and I looked, and I saw her, and then she said it again. She said, "Say thank you," and I was like, "Thank you." Like I didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck I was thanking her for. I was just like, "Thank you." And I laid back down and I hugged the blanket. I probably cried a little bit more, but then I went to sleep Then I went to sleep.
Mm.
And then the next day, you can probably find it.
Okay. You don't want me to read the line before that? I could go to the
You
next
can,
morning.
whatever you like.
So the moment the words left her lips as she laid back down, a wave of calm washed over her, quiet and absolute, as sleep finally came with ease. The next morning, Rich went in for what was expected to be another brutal draining. She waited in the car this time, unable to bear the sight of it all again. No more than 30 minutes later, he slid into the passenger seat, his expression unreadable. "I don't have to come back," he said quietly. Jen blinked. "Wait, what? Why?" That's like
That's pretty much how it sounded, bitch. That's right on point right there. Right on point.
He's like, "They removed a cyst," he said, laughing in shock. "A silver dollar-sized one. It just appeared overnight." She stared at him as he went on. "Yeah, I know. They were all thrown off too. But the point is, I don't have to go back. It wasn't there before." Or you're like, "It wasn't there before?" Rich shook his head. "Nope. Not on the scans, not on the tests. It just appeared." This wasn't just healing. It was intervention. Jen turned toward him, the realization settling deep in her bones. "Say thank you," she said, her
Mm-hmm.
voice steady and certain. "Thank you," he whispered, barely
It
audible.
was softer than that. It was
Okay,
softer than that.
he was
But I
like,
was like, motherfucker, you better say thank you. Like, you are not gonna not say thank you, bitch. She just saved your motherfucking life, bitch. Say thank you. He
mm-hmm.
gets really mad when I get excited and I'm talking about him or at him, and then I throw in the word bitch, and I'm like, listen, it's a period, it's a comma. Relax. It's all right. But I really was. I was like, say it, say it, say it, and he
At this
did.
point, it's a part of a sentence, yeah. So he's like, "Thank
But
you."
like on the real, like the thing is that like her coming through and saying that to me was a spiritual law. It was basically a spiritual law. Um, be thankful for what you don't have or whatever. Instead of worrying about all of these million and one horrible possibilities, affirm that you're grateful for the good, and the good will happen. And it fucking did, bitch. Like I don't know how. I don't know. I don't fucking know, but it wasn't there, and then it was there, and they took it out, and he was. I was like thrown back again in this fucking magical holy shit moment, and he's like, "Can we go home?" I'm like, "You have just been intervened by one of the best here, sir. This is a
Mm-hmm.
magical motherfucking moment."
Yeah, and with that, it was over. Healed. He was
Yeah,
healed.
done.
And then she didn't know it at the time, but every experience over the last 3 years had carried her to this exact moment. Since birth, Jeremy's asthma had always been more than troubled breathing. It was ruthless. It never arrived alone, always accompanied by fever, always unpredictable, always stealing his days. When he started
Okay,
school,
yeah. Hold
yeah.
on. I'm gonna need you to fully encompass my ratchet ass during this segment, but just for people who haven't heard it from the beginning, Jeremy was born with asthma. Okay, his whole life, and at this point, we're talking maybe 7, 8 years old. Had it. No. Oh my gosh, no, he wasn't even that old. He was maybe like 4 or 5.
Hmm.
He was young, bitch. He was fucking young. He was young. Go ahead.
Okay. When he started school, No matter how many doctor's notes Jen provided, no matter how much proof she submitted, the school refused to believe her. Speculation turned into accusation. They assumed she was keeping him home without cause, ignoring the fevers, the inhalers, the emergency room visits, the exhaustion etched into his small frame. She fought tirelessly, meeting with administrators, sending medical records, trying to prove the truth. Still, their doubt remained. Then, just weeks after Rich's hand was healed, Jeremy fell sick again. But this time, she sent him to school anyway. That morning, gripping the phone tightly, determined to strip away their doubt before it could take hold again, she called the school. "I need Jeremy's teachers to keep an eye on him today," she said. "He's not feeling well, but I don't want him missing another day." A beat of silence. "Mrs. LeFevre, if he is sick, why is he coming to school?" she said, sharp and cold. Jen exhaled slowly, steadying herself. "Because every time I keep him home, you accuse me of lying."
These motherfuckers, let me just tell you, I had this child, like, first of all, I don't even know if he's awake for work right now. I'm over here messaging Phoenix, like, could you message Jeremy and make sure his ass is awake for work right now? 20 years later. But, okay, hold on, Phoenix. I don't remember what his number is. Anyways, point is, like, I'm talking, he would always miss school, but he would always, like, it was never just an asthma attack. It was asthma, upper respiratory, fever, ear infection, all of that, all the motherfucking time. And like, he would go, like, there's nothing you can do for that. You can only be put on so many antibiotics. He had tubes put in there was all this documentation. And these motherfuckers are looking at me like I'm doing something wrong. Like, I'm gonna call CPS. Bitch, call CPS. Go ahead.
I have the receipts. I have receipts.
All day, every day, right? So I called them this day. This is the day, because I'm like, listen, bitch, you're talking shit to me. He's sick again. I'm gonna send him. Why are you gonna send him, bitch? Because you're threatening me. Fucking watch him. I'm gonna tell this, because this baby child gets home, steps off the bus, around the bus to cross the street. He is pale motherfucking white, clearly weak as fuck, and his fever is 104.
Oh my gosh.
104. They never said anything to me after this ever again. And there's a reason. There's other reasons for that as well. But after that, I fucking lost it. I was like, 104? He's visibly, you blind bitches, ill.
That's horrible. Oh my gosh. Such negligence. That is such horrible. Negligence on behalf of the teacher, on behalf of like the school, or even the nurse. Like, what the
Visibly. I have a picture of him, actually. I really do. I took a picture of him laying on the chair that day, because he came home. I fucking medicined him up, got him situated, and took a fucking picture. I was so motherfucking bad. Maggie always comes through.
That's a really high fever. Yeah.
But she did. Maggie came through at this point. I get him settled. I get his temp down. I'm still anxiety, okay? Because at this point in my life, I am still driven by trauma and all of that with, like, everything that came before here. So the fact that these motherfuckers, the people that I love the most in the world, are falling ill was a real trigger moment for me. It was a real test of faith.
Yeah, so you basically said all this, so I'm gonna just skip over that part. You basically just, so I'm gonna go to the part where you're like, just as his fever finally began to ease, Maggie's whisper slipped through the room. The arrow wound. Jen froze. Maggie's presence shifted, directing her attention toward the stack of books she had been reading. She reached for them, flipping through the pages until she found it. A prayer for healing past life trauma. Rewrite it, Maggie said. And one more thing, the blanket. Tell him the story of how I made it. Ask if he would like to sleep with it to help him feel better. She did as she was guided. As she moved through the rest of the evening, busy with the usual tasks, her mind refused to quiet until it hit her. Oh my God, his birthmark! She gasped. The realization slipped out before she could catch it. The body keeps the score, reminded her how past wounds imprint on the body. Energetic imprints reinforced that our experiences are not just memories. They are marks held within us, carried through time, through bloodlines, through lifetimes. That night, and for the 30 nights that followed, after Jeremy drifted into sleep, she'd move quietly through the hallway, slip into the bedroom, and settle beside him. Do you have something to
Okay,
say?
good. Thank you. So, listen. So, find the part in there if you would kindly, Veronica, because I'm going to
Okay.
have you read it. So Sylvia Brown, it just, when you're fucking spiraling, when you're spiraling and you're worried about something, it's so hard for the answer to come in. And that's basically what Maggie was doing. She was like, look, remember what you read, bitch. Remember what you've learned. Remember what you've seen. And when she brought up the arrow wound, she brought up the arrow wound because
Mm-hmm.
he was born with a birthmark right here. She told me when he was born that it was from an arrow wound to the chest in his last lifetime. So it was a remnants of a past life trauma, and that was connected to his asthma. So when she pointed to the books, I got it, but I didn't fucking get it. And then it fucking dawned on me that this was a release of that trauma, and that was talked about in one of Sylvia Brown's books. So I asked him that night, I was like, do you want to sleep with your great grandma's magical blanket, because that's what we call it here, the magical
Mm-hmm.
blanket. And he said yes, and I did. I went in there every 30 nights. I rewrote it. Veronica will read it. Sylvia Brown has her own version. You can make your own fucking version. And I did. I went in there and he was sleeping, and I had to wait till he was asleep so I could whisper it in his ear so it went to his subconscious and bypassed all the things. And I said this to him for 30 nights, and hand to the Most High, he's 20 some odd years old now. Still need a wake up call from his mama, but he ain't got fucking asthma no more. And if you read the whole fucking book, there'll be some one ups on that. But the point is, I did this for 30 nights. I whispered it in his ear for 30 nights every night, and he never had another asthma attack ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Ever again.
So I think it's this part. Her
My dearest
voice,
child.
yes, her voice barely above a whisper as she read, but I'm going to read it normal so people can hear it. My dearest child, I am blessed you chose me as your earthly mother, your teacher, your guide, your source of unconditional love in this lifetime. As the one entrusted with your care, I vow to nurture your soul, to keep you safe, healthy, and to support every dream that rises in you. Her words moved with the gravity of ancient ceremonies. I promise to help you remember your connection to the divine source we all come from. I ask that you carry forward the joy, wisdom, happiness, lessons, and advancements of every life you have lived. I declare that any sorrow, fear, illness, harm, hatred, or negativity still held within you be released to our Creator, to be transformed and dissolved for all time. Thank you. She spoke this declaration every night without fail, and by the 30th night, his asthma was gone. Permanently, it was all connected. Every pause, every silence, every intense moment had been speaking a language she was in the process of remembering. The dream, the books, the rose, the pennies. Each one had arrived with a precision that defied coincidence, placed like markers in a sequence she was only beginning to recognize. Her father's silence had never been silence at all. It had simply changed form, shifting from voice into the quiet intelligence that shapes all things. Each sign, each impossible riddle, each synchronicity was guiding her toward a deeper remembering. Together they formed a living language, a language that revealed itself only when she became still enough to feel the rhythm moving beneath life itself. And in that rhythm, healing finally had room to take shape. Rich's cyst revealed the weight of emotions left unspoken, the way the body becomes the keeper of what the mind refuses to release. Jeremy's asthma belonged to something older, an imprint carried into this lifetime, a remnant of a wound that had lived far beyond the reach of memory. Yet beneath every sign lived a deeper truth. The moments were not messages, they were initiations, teachings delivered through experience rather than instruction, each one crafted to shift her from seeking to sensing, from waiting for answers to recognizing them, from hoping for miracles to participating in their unfolding. This was the architecture of her awakening.
Bitch.
Bitch.
I want to say it like this, like, I know that there's a little bit of a reversal for most people. Most people don't start off hearing, seeing, and communicating with spirit like I had. Most people start off with the signs and the synchronicities and the this and the that and all that. I didn't know that language because I always had that kind of communication, ebbs and flows through it. But the most important thing that my father, and I'll say Sophia, taught me was that the synchronicities and the orchestrations of the creation that you participate and experience life in is just as important and valuable as hearing direct communication and seeing and all of those things that I had already, was really, really familiar with. And when it came to being a teacher later on, because you got to remember this is like 15, 20 years ago, you can't teach somebody something that you don't know. And most commonly for people, it's the synchronicities, it's the signs, it's this, it's all the little breadcrumbs that he was giving me. He taught me such a valuable lesson. So did Maggie, with everything that but it had to come through those challenges. Like it had to be like a test of how much do you really trust me, bitch? And I'm gonna fuck with the ones that you love the most. I'm gonna see if you can still listen, if you're still gonna follow instructions, even though it's spoken in a different. It was just crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was
Yeah,
miraculous.
I liked it. I think this was a great idea to read, and I hope people that tuned in and are listening, it resonated with you, and you should go check out the rest of the book. It's available for you on Spotify as well as YouTube. Raised by Spirit, Bloodline by Design, written by Jenn LeFevre. Bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Bitch. That's my girl. Veronica, smack you with an eyebrow, bitch. Don't even fuck around. Don't even fuck around. You won't even
Don't
have to
look at
verbally say
them. Don't look
why.
at
They're
them.
perfect.
No, I'm just
They're perfect. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy says, well done.
Aw,
Tanya
thanks,
stuck around.
Stacy.
Tanya the Virgo stuck around as well. I
Nice.
appreciate it. Everybody stuck around on
So
this
did
end.
Bebop. Bebop stuck around the whole time. So, yay.
Bebop, Aluba, she's my
My baby.
baby.
Every time I think of it.
So I think I gave Phoenix the right number because I didn't really remember Jeremy's number, but she said that she has called several times and texted him and there's no answer, but we're not 100% sure that I gave her the right number.
So you need to go check. Oh,
Well, I'm gonna
Be
go check.
well, stick around, Bebop, for continue to follow us because she's says she needs some tools to help her herself. So yeah, we're all about self healing and reflecting and making ourselves better. So continue to follow us. You can check Jen's website, and her YouTube channel has tons of meditations and recaps of the lives. So if you miss anything, there's plenty of stuff there. You can also book
Yeah,
a personal session with Jen on her website as well.
I love you.
I'm the best wing woman, Kevin said.
You are the best wing woman. Yes, he did say. Yes, he did say. He most certainly did. You were the best wing woman. When we come on here, sometimes I'm going to be channeling. They're going to be channeling. Sometimes we'll probably do as experts because I want to do the Michael one maybe next whenever you have some free time, and then
Mhm.
practicing things like these girls have gone through a serious series of events over the last 3 years with myself. So they got a lot of tips, they got a lot of tricks, they got a lot of personal experiences for where different people are within their journey. And we're a very diverse group, so it's like if one of us didn't experience it, another one did,
Oh,
or a
that's
parallel.
true. Between all of
Yeah,
us,
absolutely.
we've been through it. We've been through multiple things.
Through the
So,
thick, through the
through the
thick. Well, I'll
thick.
update everybody and let you know if Phoenix is going to have a restraining order from some random person, or if she actually had the right number. So I thank you so
Okay.
much for doing this, and I love you. And I'll talk to you in a bit here, and we'll be back live within like 24 to 72 hours.
All right. Love you too. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.